Good morning and welcome to day 45. Now I shall remember this morning for a long time for two reasons. First of all, I inadvertently got up an hour early. I used the alarm on my iPad instead of my iPhone, and for some reason it had the wrong time zone on it. Don't know how that happened because I haven't touched it, and it's been correct all up until now, moving into Bulgaria. The iPhone's correct, but not the iPad, so I need to check that. So, the other reason I will remember it is today I have 5 quite long and steep hill climbs. And the first I've just completed, coming out of Lom, the town where I was staying last night. What I hadn't bargained on was the fact that it was going to be cobbled right the way from the bottom to the top. So that was a bit of a bummer. Still, it's nice now. There's a little bit of pink in the clouds over there that suggests that the sun is trying to come up. And I've had a nice breakfast. And I've got a second breakfast stashed away in my handlebar bag for somewhere a bit later on. Well, that's probably not going to come out nearly as nicely as it looks now, but it is very picturesque, the sun just coming through those trees. Well, here's a nice view of the Danube between Romania over there, the flat plain from the Black Sea up to the Carpathian Mountains. I just wonder if on a really clear day you could see the city of Bucharest, its smoke or its smog or something, but it's in sharp contrast to the rolling countryside of Bulgaria over here. Now, they're not that common, but every now and again see one of these. Hi. And saw a few in Serbia as well, but they seem to be more common here in Bulgaria, and I suspect in Romania they'll be probably about the same as well. Interesting to see. Well, I've just come up hill 4 for today, and again a lovely view of the Danube, and that's the direction that it's flowing and that I'm going. This hill has been quite bizarre. The road turned to gravel on 3 occasions where it was the steepest, and I'm not quite sure why that is. It doesn't look as if it's ever had any pavement on it. Maybe they've done that to slow traffic down going into the village, but it doesn't make it any easier to cycle up it. But what it has meant is there's virtually no traffic at all on it. I've had it to myself, virtually. I think just one goat having a picnic on the side of the road. But other than that, it's all mine. Well, I've suddenly come across this bizarre and ghastly castle in the middle of nowhere. It's not genuine, it's not old, and I don't know what it's doing. I think it's a hotel or something associated with a big vineyard here, and all these lovely vines, and all these guys fixing this gate. I think they're all just standing around watching one person do it, but there we go. Thought this might be worth showing you. Both here in Bulgaria and in Serbia as well, throughout the summer they've had a lot of wildfires, and I can still smell the burnt grass and material But it strikes me that as a lot of these fires are along the sides of the roads, I suspect a lot of them are being caused by people throwing cigarette ends out of their cars. Everywhere you look here, there's cigarette ends all over the place, in the cities, in the country, in the lay-bys, even sometimes where I've stopped to have a pee in the middle of nowhere, there's cigarette ends all over the place. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what's caused a lot of these fires. Well, I thought I'd show you where I'm staying tonight. Now, this is the small town of Krushovena in Bulgaria, and I have a feeling that there used to be a military airfield over there, because it looks like an old runway, and in the middle of town there's an old fighter jet by a monument. Actually, you can see the monument. I can see the monument anyway over there. You probably can't on this. But anyway, I'm staying in an old schoolhouse on the hillside here, and this is it. Now, my hosts aren't here, and I think I'm the only person here, because they hid the key and told me where it was and told me where to find my room, etc. And it's quite remarkable, actually. I mean, nobody's going to give it 5 stars, but you can't help loving the place, really. And I'll take you inside now and show you. So this is the entrance, and there's 2 sort of eating out areas. There's a stray dog there. He's quite friendly. I don't think he's much of a guard dog, though. I think there's something wrong with him because he's got a bit of a limp. Anyway, so if you want to eat outside in the summer, you can here. Here's the front door. There's the stairs. Now, the hosts here specialise in hosting people on the EV6, cycling the EV6. And you can see there's a little bit of a bike park in here. My bike there, which I've chained to the railings on the stairs. And there's a couple of other older bikes there that I don't think belong to guests. There's nothing much down there. That's a storage room down there. But down here is the kitchen. And I have to tell you, I'd love to be here when there were lots of people here, because I think it would be enormous fun. So this is the huge sort of country farmhouse kitchen. There's an old orchard out the side here. And I've already put my evening meal in the fridge, etc. And then over here, there's a sort of a little sitting area, which I imagine also people use to sleep in if it gets full. There's a little sort of cellar arrangements down there. Some interesting sort of national costume stuff on the wall up there. It's rather nice. So anyway, I'll take you upstairs. So this is coming to the top of the stairs, and this is where I imagine all the schoolrooms were. I think that was administration and admin and feeding and all that sort of thing downstairs. So there's bedrooms all along here, and I've been into each one, and they're all very different. And I've been put into this one here. Has its own little sort of galley kitchen, which I'm not using. I'm going to use the one downstairs because it's got a fridge and this one hasn't. And there's a nice table there, nice big bed. There's huge room. And as you can see, there's an old stove over there. I've seen a couple of those out here, actually. And this is the view from the bedroom window. And I'm actually just across the landing from the bathroom. Just before I go there, I'll show you this. This is quite interesting. In 2 parts, they've rendered the brickwork, and here they've got some foxes or wolves or something, and a bird of some sort, which I thought was quite clever. Gives you food for thought for your own place, doesn't it? And here's a sort of a common lounging area. I think this is all work in progress, to be honest with you. Another bedroom in there. Not nearly as nice as mine. And this is the bathroom, which leaves a little bit to be desired, but it's functional. I'm just wondering, though, with so many, if this was full, actually whether one small bathroom like this would be big enough. Nice shower, loo and things. And the boiler there, which I've had to put on. It's not quite ready yet for me to have a good shower. That's been going about 15 minutes, so I'm going to wait a little while before I get in there. So, that's where I am tonight. I'm not sure how well this is going to come out, but I've just looked out the window, and if you recall earlier, I said I thought there was an old military airfield over on the other side of the town, and I think they might be doing a controlled burn over there. Well, I hope it's controlled, because if it isn't controlled, there's quite a serious wildfire going on over there. Regardless, wind direction is not such that it's going to threaten the town, I don't think. So I don't think I'm going to be woken up in the middle of the night with an evacuation order. But anyway, it looks quite spectacular in the flesh, but I'm not sure how good it will be on the movie.